Всем добрый вечер. Я принял решение начать подготовку на матч-реванш с Энтони Джошуа. Таким образом, я больше и лучше помогу своей стране, чем я буду стоять в теробороне и бегать с автоматом по Киеву. Дорогие друзья, очень большое количество моих друзей позвонило мне, моих близких, и поддержало меня в этом. Злопыхатели, добра вам и счастья, радости и мира. Все будет, слава Богу, и все будет Украина. Всем добра.
Oleksandr Usyk says that he's going to continue in his preparation and getting ready for his rematch with Anthony Joshua. And Eddie Hearn also confirms that it's absolutely certain that the fight will happen in June. I think that's a good time because June is my birthday. A lot of people ask, well, what happens to Anthony Joshua if he loses this fight? I would tend to believe it's not so much if he loses, it's how he loses. I think if he goes into the fight and if he starts to get edged out, it depends on what he's prepared to leave on the table, because sometimes you can win even while losing. It all depends on the effort that you put into the fight and if the fight was exciting or not. So I don't think that it's a closed chapter for Anthony Joshua. We still don't know yet if he has rectified his issues that which hindered him in other fights, but we will surely see. Now, with that being said, where does that leave Oleksandr Usyk in the equation if he does lose or win? Will he go on to fight a Tyson Fury? Most people believe so. There's no reason to doubt Oleksandr Usyk and what he's doing and pursuing a undisputed championship. Now, as far as Anthony Joshua goes, if he loses this fight, where does he go from here? That's what most people ask. Is it back to the drawing board? Can his career recover? Or are they just going to slander him more, even though he has done the most in the heavyweight division? It's an interesting question. I think Anthony Joshua has to go out there and not just beat Oleksandr Usyk. He has to stop him in a pretty good fashion. He has to remind people why he is in the position that he's in. If not, he just looks like a person who was given everything, even though we know that Anthony Joshua has worked hard to collect those belts and get in that position. He has stated what he has wanted from the beginning of his career, that he wanted to pursue undisputed, and he got pretty close for a person just starting off. Now, the thing about Anthony Joshua is his career has been fast-tracked, and most people don't give Anthony Joshua his credit in how fast he has moved through the heavyweight division. And another question that a lot of people ask is, who is going to be training Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua has announced that Angel Fernandez is going to be his head trainer in this fight. Angel Fernandez is the coach that Anthony Joshua has brung in to help him regain his titles. He is the reason why you see Anthony Joshua sticking and moving, incorporating his jab more in his offense and being more cerebral in the way that he fights. Now, the last time Anthony Joshua was in the ring with Oleksandr Usyk, he went in there with a totally wrong game plan. And in those situations, you really don't blame the boxer, so to speak, even though they can't fight for you when you get into the ring. That is dependent on his team. Now, it's no secret that Anthony Joshua's team failed him when it comes to a strategy with fighting Oleksandr Usyk. But at the same time, Anthony Joshua said he wanted to outbox the boxer. What is the best game plan for Anthony Joshua? Like I said before, Anthony Joshua must first learn how to use his natural attributes. His natural attributes should have carried him through that fight, and a little bit of mentality. Now, people question Anthony Joshua's state of mind. Is his mind right? In a lot of interviews, I hear people say that Anthony Joshua just doesn't seem the same. He seems lost, he seems confused, and he seems to basically have never recovered from that knockout with Andy Ruiz. And most people probably are right. We will not know until Anthony Joshua steps into the ring with Oleksandr Usyk. one thing's for sure, he's going to have to put more of an effort in than he did in the last fight, meaning he has to let his balls hang a little bit more and leave it all on the table. You're going to have to fight to get back into the light. So it all depends on Anthony Joshua's ambition, aggression, and mentality. Hopefully he can pull it off, but we don't know yet. But the good news is, at least we have some good news about one of the fights that we do want to see. And at this point, I really don't care who wins. I just want to see some good boxing matches. And I'm pretty sure boxing fans will agree with me. But anyways, that's all I got for this right now. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Bruce Vane, I'm out. Also, don't forget to check out Anthony Joshua on Rising Gloves. I will leave the link to the Patreon and a link to the video inside the description box.
I belong on the big stage. I belong as a champion. I belong amongst the names of this current generation. And you'll see why. You know, if I didn't fight the best, I may not have lost. And I know people have high expectations of me as well. I think sometimes that's why they're shocked. And I have high expectations of myself as well, but that's why I feel like when I lost the first time, as I said, I never made no excuses, but I have my reason, and I always felt like, cool, you know, I took my loss, but I'll get it back. I knew I'll get it back. So I just brushed that, but this one hurt because I was 100%, no problems, everything was cool, went in there and I just lost to the better man that night and it hurt, but it gave me motivation to pull myself out of that position where mentally it killed me, and I fought my way back, and I'll redeem myself.
Well, Joshua says he will be making changes to his preparation for the rematch and he won't try and box with Usyk this time. He also said he'll use new techniques like mental training and listening to motivational speeches.
Let's focus on quality, you know what I'm saying? Let's focus on what's needed, and it has to come from the top down. I'm the last piece of the puzzle, I'm the last performance. So we're talking about game planning, mindset, brain training, you know, sparring, our approach to sparring, what we're getting out of it. All of these things, dietary needs, sleep, recovery, mindset training in terms of what I'm listening to, not just musically, like, you know, motivational speeches and stuff like that, because this is the biggest stage of my career, fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world. Usyk came up from cruiserweight, great fighter, 12-round fighter. I wanted to box with him for 12 rounds and show, because there was always this stigma is that I can't box. I'm a big, stiff bodybuilder. So I said, all right, cool, let me practice my boxing. Try practice my boxing with Usyk. It didn't go to decision. He won 9 rounds, I won 3. Next fight, I win, you know, 4 more rounds, I win. So let me simplify that matter, and I'll then get on the road to be an undisputed champion again.